Hey guys, today I'm filming my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 Pan update number 4. If you guys have not seen my intro or any of my other updates, I will have my playlist linked for you guys. And if you were unfamiliar with this series, basically I've been doing this type of yearly project since I started Project Panty in 2015, and this is a 2-in-1. So the Project Use It Up portion is a specific list of items that I want to finish by the end of the year, and then the Project 50 Pan is just that I want to finish an additional 50 makeup items to the other items in my Project Use It Up. I have been able to do it every year, so hopefully I'll be able to do it again this year. And I am so excited for this update because I actually used up a ton of things that are in my Project Use It Up, but I don't have too many additional makeup empties. But I did just start a new Project Pan, so hopefully in my next update you will see more things that are used up. So I am planning on having one more update at the very beginning of November where I will show you everything I used up in September and October. And then either at the very end of December or the beginning of January, I want to do a finale for you guys. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited about everything that I finished up. So let's jump right in with the Project Use It Up items. So just jumping right in with the Project Use It Up items, first I will show you the things that I finished over these past 2 months, and then I will show you the progress on the items I have left. So my first empty is the CoverFx Illuminating Primer. This was in a Project Pan, and I'm actually able to get quite a few months worth of products out of these different deluxe sample primers, which is why I love receiving these. And this was a very nice glowy primer. I didn't find that it made me extra oily, which is great because usually glowy primers and oily skin don't mix. I thought this was okay, but I don't think that it did anything for me besides give me a glow. And there are other glowy primers that I think are better, like MAC Strobe Cream and the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. So for me, this is not something I repurchased. I don't think it did much at all, and CoverFx is very expensive. So my next empty is one of the two things that I am the most excited about that feel like such huge accomplishments. I finally finished up the Lorac Porefection Concealer. It originally comes in the squeeze tube, but since the very beginning of the year, I had put it into this empty lip gloss wand I ordered off of eBay because it's just so much easier to use this way. This is a light yellow concealer. I can use this to correct the redness on my cheeks, but most often I use this to correct under my eyes. I don't have a ton of darkness under my eyes, so this worked perfectly for me, and I'm finally done. So I took out the stopper a couple updates back, but I was still not able to get out every little last bit, and it's because of the way that this product was made. So the bottle is actually very large, but the opening here, even without the stopper, is so tiny, and it is impossible to get the product at the bottom or the product at the top. And I tried really hard, but it is just the way this packaging is made. I mean, this wand is completely cleaned off. There was about 2 weeks where I was just like scraping it onto my skin, getting every little last bit I could. So I feel very happy with this progress. I'm totally fine calling this done. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. I worked on this every single day since the very beginning of the year, so this feels like a huge accomplishment. I'm so happy. So this was a really nice concealer. It did have some really nice full coverage, and it had more of a natural finish. So I think this actually could work very well under the eyes or on blemishes, but it isn't a concealer I'm gonna repurchase because I already have some other concealers that I prefer for blemishes and for under eyes. The next thing we all knew was gonna be finished by now. This is the Wet n Wild Fergie Mattifying Take on the Day Powder. I had hit major pan as of my last update. I am so happy to have finished this. This is the last backup I had. I had so many of these. I've been through so many of these in my life. I used to love this. It is a great dupe of the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder Pressed. I love this for my under eyes, but I just don't like it anymore. I have other things that I prefer. I've tried out a bunch of different powders this year, and I definitely think I prefer a loose under eye setting powder, but this one just, it doesn't do it for me anymore, so I will not be repurchasing this, but it feels so great to finally have all of my backups completed. And next is the second item I am the most proud of finishing. The RCMA No Color Powder. Seriously? Have you guys ever seen anybody finish the RCMA No Color Powder that is not a makeup artist? Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but like, this isn't something that gets used up in a couple days. And you guys know I go through powder like crazy, but this took forever. It is 3 ounces And here's where I was at my last update, and I finished this all off, and I went through so much of it this summer because I was only putting on makeup to film videos. I wasn't wearing makeup all day long, so I didn't really need it to last all day. If you have oily skin, this is really not going to help keep you matte whatsoever. Even though this is a no color powder, I found that every single time I put it on over my foundation, it gave a white cast to my face and it just made my makeup look lighter. I don't quite mind it, but I don't see this as a no color powder. Maybe I put on too much. I'd be really interested to see how this looks on deep skin. I think I might try to look up some reviews on it to just see how it looks, because I definitely had a little bit of a white cast to my face. And I had originally purchased this to use to set my forehead, which can be a little bit more dry. And also I tried to use this to bake, and that is originally why I absolutely hated this. It caked up and left an extreme white cast under my eyes, and I couldn't brush away excess product. And I was applying it with a damp sponge like always, and it didn't work. And since then, I've just been using it to set my face. But when I had just a tiny bit of this left, I thought I would try it again. I thought it looked terrible. My under eyes looked so bad, and a lot of people love this. It does not work for me at all. So this is such an accomplishment to have this thing finished up. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. But the one good thing about this is that I discovered that I really love setting my face with a loose powder. So please recommend any loose powders you guys love to set your face if you have oily skin. If there's anything that is nice and mattifying, let me know. But I am interested in trying the new Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. If you guys have tried that and you have combo or oily skin, please let me know how it worked for you. I definitely think that is the next one that I want to pick up. I have a couple others right now that I want to work through as well, but oh my gosh, what an accomplishment to have this little thing finished off. My next product that I finished is the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray, the oil control version. I'm so excited to have this finished off. And right now I do have some alcohol in this bottle. I'm using this to spray on my products to sanitize them. So I am repurposing this bottle. It has a pretty good sprayer. I think that this is definitely the best setting spray I've ever used, but it doesn't have a significant enough of an effect for me to actually repurchase it, so I won't. I have some other setting sprays that I need to work through, but I'm very happy to have finished that up. So now I have 4 items left that are still in this Project Use It Up, so I will show you guys my progress on them. The first one is for the brows. This is the Milani Brow Pomade in the shade number 2 Natural Taupe, and my goal was just to hit pan. As you can see, I have hit pan. You guys know I have mixed this up several different times, and now I just have some products stuck along the edges. And my goal that I was going to make is that I just wanted to use this up completely and use this every single weekend from now until the end of the year. But honestly, after using it today, I am so done with this thing. As I said, I've mixed up a lot. I mixed it up very recently, and it is so thick and goopy. It is full of eyebrow hairs, and when I was trying to apply it today, it was gooping up my brush, and I was like it was so hard for me to get the product onto my face. So I am calling this done. I am not going to be using it anymore, and I am going to count this as an empty for the year because I think that I made actually very good progress on this. And then I do have an eye product. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Barely Beige. I told you guys at my last update that I had used it as much as I was going to for the year. This is a product that I really only use in the springtime. I made some really great progress on this. If you guys watch my intro and then you watch this video, you can see how much progress I've made. I haven't used it at all since my last update, so this is a product that I will be rolling over into my 2018 project pan. I already have a list on my phone, and I have a ton of products and some really challenging things. I'm really excited for 2018 and all of those future project pans. And my next item is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Amaze. It's a metallic finish, a beautiful rose gold, one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. I wore this on my wedding day. I think it is so stunning, and this is currently in my Project 10 Pan Drugstore Viewer's Choice Roulette. I'll have my playlist linked up here if you guys have not seen. And I've been using this pretty consistently over the past week, and I've just been going around the edges to try to thin it all out completely. So I'm definitely going to have hit pan by my next update, and at that point I'm going to let you guys know whether I am going to try to finish it completely or just use it until the end of the year and pitch it. And this is one of the older ColourPop shadows that I have, and I do have some older ones that perform really well and they work more like a powder shadow, but for some reason this one is not working as well. It's really, really flaky whenever I'm trying to pick it up out of the container, and when I put it on my eyelids, it's making my lids look kind of scaly and flaky, and I never have that problem, and I know it's just because this is so old. So after I hit pan and buy my next update, I'll let you guys know what I actually plan to do with this, but if I do decide to toss it, I will repurchase it in the future because it is one of my favorite shades, but it is just very, very old, but I definitely know I can hit pan on it by my next update. And then my very last item is the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. I have not been marking this along the way, but I do remember at my last update that I was right after the D in the word Wonder, and now I'm right after the O. So I have used up the amount of product that is the letter N and the letter D, so I'm very happy with that. And seriously, I don't want to just have these two things left, so I already know I'm going to move this into next year's project, which I'm very happy with. So I feel very determined to have this finished off by the end of the year. So I actually have made a lot more progress than I have in previous update. So I want to continue using this to clean up around my lip line. I really do like this product. It's just not something that I use on a daily basis. So I really do feel determined to have this finished off so I can finish off everything from this project except for this color tattoo. So those are all the items for my Project Use It Up. Now onto my Project 50 Pan empties. So in the past 2 months, not counting my Project Use It Up items, I have finished up 9 additional makeup products, which I do feel pretty happy about. The first thing is the MakeupUpForEver Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This is just a deluxe size sample. I contorted the heck out of this to get out every little bit, and this is a pore filling primer. And I did really enjoy this. I like this better than the Benefit Porefessional, but I do like the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer better than this one. So this is still good, but I prefer the Smashbox, so I will continue to repurchase that one. But I was really, really, really happy to get a sample of this because it's something that I've always been interested in, and I do think it's a good product. The next thing I finish up is the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. The container of this is so small that I poured it out into a larger loose powder container so it'd be easier to use that way. I finished this up in like 2 months max, so you don't get a ton of products in here, but it is $3. That's super affordable, and I would apply this with a damp sponge under my eyes, and I think it works really, really well to set my under eyes. I did get a little bit of creasing when I used this powder, not a ton, and they have reformulated this without the shimmer, but strangely enough, when I got to the very, very bottom of this container, I did have shimmer under my eyes, but for the rest of the time, I didn't. So I'm not sure what that's about. I think this was really good. I do like the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder a lot better because that one I don't have creasing, but it is very, very pricey. So I definitely plan on repurchasing the e.l.f. This was really, really nice under my eyes. Definitely one of the best under eye setting powders I've ever used. The next thing is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer. This is just a deluxe size sample. I use this up in a project pan. I am obsessed with this. I've had this for so long and I never used it because I was terrified of it. This is amazing. It is a really great, very light, warm bronzer without looking too orange. It's not too dark, and I really love this serum consistency. So I do not like using liquid and cream products because it's just a little more difficult to work with for me, and I do have oily skin. But now I don't really want to use creams, but I really want to use liquids. I loved it. It would really blend into my skin so effortlessly. It looked amazing in the summertime. So this is something I will contemplate repurchasing, but I'm thinking that before I repurchase this, I want to try the Wet n Wild Cushion Bronzer because I've heard good things about that, and that's also a liquid formula. So if you guys have tried it, let me know your thoughts, but this is incredible. This is going to be in my 2017 yearly favorites because I loved it that much, and I'm so happy that I finally used it. It was so good. And then the last face product I finished is the Coola Makeup Setting Spray. This has green tea and aloe. It has SPF 30. You guys, the sprayer on this bottle is really good. So I'm gonna clean out this bottle and keep it to use. I did really, really like that. But you guys, the smell is disgusting. I don't know what ingredient it is. If it's it doesn't smell like green tea or aloe, but something in the ingredient is stinky, and it is so strong. And it's not something that I can smell throughout the day, but it does take a little bit for the scent to settle and go away. But I did really like the formula of this. It dried really, really quickly, and I think that the formula of this is just as good as the Skindinavia, maybe even a little bit better, but I cannot get down with the smell. And as I said, setting sprays don't do much for me. So this is not something I repurchased, but I did really enjoy it, and I wish they would change that stinky smell. My next empty is the Justice Girl Eyeshadow Primer. I had been using this since the very beginning of the year, and then I think maybe it was in July I started using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I do like this, but I don't think it is the best for oily lids. This is very, very wet and creamy, and I think that the Milani just works better. So this is good, especially for anybody that even has dry or normal lids, but if you have super oily lids, I don't think this is amazing. But I never had my eyeshadows crease on me though, so it was good, but it isn't my favorite. And then I finished up two deluxe size sample mascaras, which are two of my holy grail favorites. The first one here is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is in the middle of a wet and dry formula for me, and it is a natural bristle brush with this hourglass shape, which gives a lot of volume and a really fluttery look. And then I have the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which is more of a wet formula. This is a natural bristle brush, and it gives a lot of dark black pigment, and it does give a little bit of length. So I love both of these mascaras, but I cannot wear them together. So I have very, very oily under eyes, and I will often have mascara be smudged under my eye at the end of the day, and I never put mascara on my lower lashes. I can't, because I know it will get all over the place. So even just putting mascara on my upper lashes, I would still get it under my eye when I use this. Now I do have that problem when I use some mascaras, I'll get a little bit, but the two of these together made it terrible, like seriously terrible. It was just like a huge black mark all the way under my eye when I use these in combination. So these are holy grail to me, but I think I just need to use one at a time, because the combination of both is not good for my oily under eyes. But I love the formula of these mascaras, and I actually have a ton of different samples that my friends have sent me, which is so, so sweet. Then I have two lip balms. I have the EOS Smooth Stick in Sweet Mint and the EOS Smooth Sphere in Vanilla Mint. I always have these on hand. This is the only scent I get in the stick, but in the spheres I will get this Vanilla Mint and also the regular Sweet Mint one. And I love to have these around the house and these in my purse. It is my holy grail lip balm. It is the perfect texture between thick and thin. It makes my lips feel a little bit cooling, and I really, really love this. My holy grail. I've been through so many. So guys, that was my pretty long update for my Project Use It Up 2017 / Project 50 pan. I would love to know what makeup empties you guys have finished recently. I feel very hopeful that I'll be able to finish off a ton more things by the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.